You know, I just don't get it. Why is it that people who have grudges over someone, they only focus on them and nothing else? I mean, we get that you hate one person, but are you just going to keep harassing them day after day after day? It's ridiculous. No one should ever deal with those kinds of people in their lives. The obsession that they have is really unhealthy, and the science already showing how bad they really are, whether they want you gone or want you dead. Sometimes they need to rethink their lives and learn to accept defeat. And that's where he steps in. You guys already know who it is. It's nobody else but the user Cyber Console Wolf, aka Dionn. This will be the final nail on the coffin. Hello Earthlings, Gingy here with another video about the special person that I know and love. So, about Dionn. I talked about him back in October, and what do you know? He hasn't changed for the better. It's actually impressive how one person can hold a hate boner for someone for so long. How long has it been? 5 years? Yeah, that's it. Recently, he's getting himself into some more childish shenanigans as of mid-October. And let's just say that it's not a pretty sight. I know that Twitter is still in its toxic phase, but god damn! Everyone else who are in the furry communities are still calling him out after he keeps making a bucket load of tweets. It's crazy, I tell you, crazy! But before we look at what's going on Twitter, I'm going to be looking and responding to his video towards me and Werethrope. Take a look at the thumbnail. That's some top quality editing right there. What did you use? MS Paint? If you think you're that good at photoshopping, then you deserve an award. Seriously, that looks horrible for a thumbnail. I've seen people who use paint.net do a better job than whatever that is. But anyways, let's take a look at his quote-unquote documentary of a video. Can't wait to see what mendacious words come out of this man's mouth. Sit back and relax. I'm about to burn this man's derriere to the ground. Enjoy!
Hello everyone, this video is going to explain some recent events that happened, and I'm going to try to clear up as much as I can, so please be patient with me as I basically rant and explain as much as I can.
Okay, time out for a sec. What is with the resolution of your screen? Why is it all letterbox? Are you using Cam Studio or something? Because the words are too small for me to see that I need a magnifying glass. Why not use something else like Bandicam, OBS Studio, or APowerSoft Screen Recorder? That way I can see better. Proceed.
So as of October 13th, 2020, Werethrope was sending me death threats on YouTube, which of course I can't show you.
Excuse me, the fuck did you just say?
Werethrope was sending me death threats on YouTube.
That's our boy, lying as usual. Way to go! We're so proud of you. I find it amusing that you worded that way. I know that Werethrope would never go his way to send death threats to anyone, especially scum like you.
Which I'll try to show you now. Because Werethrope sent me a copyright strike on October 16th, 2020.
Good!
As far as everyone else doesn't know yet, on October 13th, 2020, around midnight, my Gmail and YouTube accounts were compromised and locked down for the time being.
Really? I wonder why.
And as of yesterday, I found 2 Twitter messages that seem very shady and has brought some light to my attention. From Shark or @JasonTestShark. Oh, whatever happened to animation business? Smiley face. Okay, if he knew that my account was compromised, why would he send this out in public and make it aware that he possibly attacked my channel?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're saying that Sharky Boy is the reason that your Gmail accounts were compromised and he was sent by Werethrope to attack you, right? Well, first of all, he was taunting you. I don't see anything shady about that. Even if he did or didn't know that you couldn't gain access to your accounts, what does it matter? Clearly, you must have done something wrong, which is why you decided to falsely accuse him for no good reason.
Here's another one from an Amoras Barra Bay, I don't know. You chose to continue and rather recklessly expose your email address, personal information, and hacked materials, which means you're vulnerable to information to report you. I reported that information to Google. It's not my fault that Twitter sucks ass. So, you got my information illegally, which I never post my email stuff or my password stuff publicly, except for when I'm talking to Google, YouTube, or a dev website, so legally, there is no reason this guy should have known my passwords.
You dense motherfucker!
You've posted your email to the public before. We're not stupid. Because of that, you've made yourself completely vulnerable to have your account get hacked, which is why you couldn't gain access earlier. So don't try to say that Barabal got your information unless you show actual evidence.
To make things worse, after I found out on Twitter some guy was talking to Mr. Cookie Plaster, which was making even more lies to BoofyR fans, Gingy created a video that in itself promoted more lies.
Are you sure about that?
And you know what's more funnier? As much as Gingy loves complaining about me, and I will bitch about him.
Dude, you've been bitching about me forever. Ever since I made journals and videos calling you out, you are always trying to play the victim card and act like you didn't do anything wrong. I have the receipts, and the fact that you go out your way and try to silence me by falsely reporting my stuff doesn't make things any better. YouTube should have taken your account down for the misuse of the copyright system and the false privacy complaints. Speaking of privacy complaints, on September 28th, I received an email from YouTube about a privacy complaint. 14 of my videos were reported. Luckily, none of them were removed. You tried to report 5 of my videos about you. 9 of them doesn't involve you in any way. So why would you do something so stupid? You keep getting dumber and dumber every minute. Mind your damn business. Also, I can't be lying if I saw the whole fiasco on Twitter happening. Like I said, I knew you were up to no good, for I saw this coming a mile away, and I was waiting for the day for someone to take legal action against you.
Let's see how many videos he has about me, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 videos about me.
8. And this one makes 9. I would say that my teaser from last year would count as my 9th one, but since you reported it...
Let's see how many videos I have on Gingy right now.
Gingy? Oh, you were so close to pronouncing my name right, and you butchered it. Now I is sad.
Let's count, shall we? 1.
Sorry, but in your video, Fuck You DeviantArt and For Affinity Trolls Common Comeback 1, you didn't even mention me at all, but instead, you harassed my friends and failed. Not to mention, when you went to SFM Lab to call a warfare machine, an ad showed in your video and showed a woman's breasts and vagina, and nudity is against YouTube's community guidelines, and you broke that. Oh, if you only used ad block.
2, 3, 4.
So you're not gonna bring up the fact that your as if it's your last video and your quote-unquote YTP involves me as well? Because you did invade my privacy when you made those videos. Also, your YouTube poop, or should I even call it one, is trash. YouTube poops are supposed to entertain people, not harass or humiliate individuals online. Therefore, they should count as videos numbers 3 and 4. Also, you forgot one more video. It was the one you made about me back in June where you called me out for being a stalker, which makes it your 5th video. The video's titled The Truth About Gingy as a Stalker, by the way. Not to mention that he posted the same thing on SoundCloud. Little does he know, it's against SoundCloud's rules to post an audio track that involves with harassment of people. So you, mon ami, already broke that rule, which is why I reported your track as well. Gingy 2, Xanon 0.
And these are all dated almost 3 to 2 years ago, on average.
More like 6 months ago.
So let's see. I left Gingy alone, haven't made much videos about him, yet he's ranting about me on YouTube.
Aren't you doing the same thing as well?
Oh, my precious little pity asshole. Gingy cries pity and acts like I do everything against him.
Cries pity? Do you even English, bro? Go back to grammar school, will ya?
Let's see, when was his videos last posted? Oh, that's right, 5 days ago, 6 months ago. My 3 years to 2 years versus his, let's see, 5 months ago? Who's stalking who again?
You! I made a new video about you 2 months ago because you were up to no good again, and your idiotic self thinks that no one can sue you just because they don't own the copyright to their models that they made from scratch. Honestly, just get in the fucking bin already. Oh my fucking lord.
That's right. Genji and his lying ass. Don't need to bring up more drama that he created over the years. Well, let's get back to Werthrop, shall we? Even though I created a video promoting his video game, linking to his Patreon, and asked for donations for my models that I re-rigged, basically. I mean, when I say my, I just mean my rig.
Your rigging is still shabby.
No, actually, my model, so...
Also, a model can't technically be yours if you ported it to MMD from a different software. It still belongs to the copyright holder.
Yeah, let's... Yeah, boopy!
The hell was that noise?
Boopy! Boopy! Boopy!
That is the weirdest sound I've ever heard from a human being's mouth.
And as for the YouTube mess video that he basically got rid of to hide his pettiness...
Pettiness? That's not even a real word. Someone, give this man a dictionary!
Let's read what Werthrop said. As the dev of this game and the person who modeled this, I'm very upset and I'm ready to file a lawsuit on a product you do not have copyright or a trademark on.
Yes, he fucking does. Who are you to say that nobody owns the rights to something that they made from scratch? Are you saying that you don't own the copyrights to your models as well? Congrats! You've reached up to level 50 of stupidity.
For ripping and reselling assets without permission, that's literally in the fair use copyright, and I will show you that in just a second. As you can see here on a actual website for laws and that kind of thing, let's scroll down to this section right here. The fair use doctrine allows creators to take portions of other person's work and active criticisms, parody, or add to them without the permission of the original creator, as long as the uses meet a set of subject requirements. For use that doesn't even require the original author or to credit the author in the user's work. Let's see, my video was fair use. I used the models in a way that's derivative enough to be considered fair use.
That doesn't make it okay for you to use someone's work by ripping it out and port it to a different software without their permission. It still doesn't count as fair use if you're going to be like that.
And is fair use, and I even promoted the game, so what the fuck, Werthrop? Fuck you and fuck you.
Aw, poor Zanny. Does he have his feelings hurt?
Now, let's go back to what Werthrop said, okay, shall we? No, you did not wait for me to respond. I did not say it was okay for you to use my models, and I did not endorse you for ripping them either. Even though he never messaged me on Twitter, he never messaged me on Furfinity, he never messaged me on YouTube till now, so...
Okay, first off, if you were planning on ripping his models, you should be the one to message him first and wait for him to reply back to you. But, since you're impatient, you just want to do things your way. And second, it's not possible for Werthrop to send you a message on YouTube. Not anymore. Since last year, YouTube got rid of their private messaging feature for some reason. Do you live under a rock?
He is one lying fucker.
Uno reverse card!
Don't lie to the public about things that clearly didn't happen. I expressed these on Twitter and you just ignored them. Again, you never messaged me. Who the fuck do you think you are? You lying piece of shit.
He's the man who has the rights to sue your smug ass, that's who.
And then while I'm at it, I was looking through Twitter posts from his fans on Booth VR, and look at this. Oh, woo. Ooh, Nelly. His fans violated Twitter's policy.
It's not violating the rules if people are reporting your tweets for harassment and copyright infringement.
And Twitter, as we all know, usually does not shut down SJWs or Karens.
I don't know what SJWs and Karens have anything to do with their rants against me and Werthrop, making that completely pointless. Your excuse?
Booth VR my ass.
Ass!
They do not know what the law is?
I'm pretty sure he does, but you don't.
You betray the law! Law!
They stalked, harassed, threatened me, and look at that, they violated the rule!
Can you be any more dense? People came after you because Werthrop made tweets about you, which is the reason why people became aware of your illegal actions. Nobody was stalking you or sending you death threats. Where are your receipts if you don't show actual proof?
I proved my point. I proved them with court trials such as Sega vs. Bleem and Nintendo vs. Game Genie.
Nobody cares! Nobody cares!
Ripping models from video games is perfectly legal as long as it falls under fair use, which I did.
Okay, I do not believe you.
Booth VR and its fans and its creator Werthrop are pieces of shit which you should not support.
Is that the reason why you encourage people to pirate this game, Mr. I love to ruin everything? I'm sorry, but who's being a piece of shit again?
Do not support these people at all. As for Genji, oh, Genji.
Ooh, now he's really angry.
Let's see what his video said. This following is made to spread awareness.
Okay, let's stop right there for a second. You tend to stumble over your words way too much in this video. Could you at least re-record your lines and speak a bit slower? Or perhaps cut out the last parts where you make a mistake? It's that simple.
Do not harass the person that is shown or mentioned in this video. If you're under the age of 13, please exit the video immediately. Video description is advised. Oh wait! You said do not harass the person, yet you send people to harass me, you piece of lying shit!
Uh-oh. Looks like I struck a nerve. Good. Okay, but in all seriousness, apparently you aren't even reading my disclaimer correctly. I never sent anyone out to harass you in any way. You do the exact opposite and fail miserably, because you can't even try to get anyone on your side. Sounds like a failed attempt at witch hunting, if you ask me. You really need a new pair of eyes so that you can read things correctly. That's why you're as blind as a bat.
As Genji previously said not to harass the person, oh look, he's stealing my Utel artwork, drawing over it, harassing me, and literally lying to the public.
Says the guy who still accuses me for stealing and ripping off Kaito's designs for my Utao, which I already debunked in the last videos.
Need I mention his re-upload of videos that already got banned from YouTube for violating the terms of service?
I re-uploaded it because despite how broken YouTube still is, it wouldn't accept my counter notification, which is why I had to do so. Also, 1. I had posted a video back in 2015, while you made your channel 2 years later. And 2. It shouldn't be possible for a video to be taken down with a false copyright strike, despite the fact the video was posted 2 years prior to your channel. Insignificant ass.
Genji, you and Werthrop are truly pieces of shit.
Insert Pulp Fiction reference here.
You deserve to be shit on it, that's a fact.
Okay.
And oh wow, using stolen photos from Amino because you couldn't get live because your friend had stolen my photos from Facebook because you don't have a fucking life.
Funny how you say that I got your image from Amino. Who's to say that I got a picture of your real life face from somewhere else? I mean, you did post pictures of yourself before. Same here with me. But when it comes to invading my privacy and doxing, that's where you cross the line.
Shove your head up your ass and fuck you.
Can't do that. My species lacks genitalia and excrement orifices.
Condescending asshole who thinks that Black Lives Matter is a good thing even though you prove that the Black Lives Matters hashtag does not mean a goddamn fucking piece of shit.
Excuse me, what?
And what exactly does the Black Lives Matter movement have anything to do with the drama involving you?
Nothing! Absolutely nothing! Stupid! You're so stupid!
You're bringing up something that is, yet again, not important to the topic. Are you even trying anymore?
Let's say the trivia post that Genji made back then.
Nope.
Oh, great. Coming from the dipshit troll who has to use me as media for his channel
Just to promote himself, acts like a big guy that he thinks he truly is, even though he truly isn't, even though he acts like a truly pathetic coward on Twitter and YouTube and Debunking and Pedophilia because he does not have a fucking line. Every time he promotes without me, when his lies out his fucking ass, like shit, because he even lies in his own fucking videos.
Dionn, you've been getting a lot of backlash for as long as you've been on the internet. The only coward here is you, since you block people and delete their comments whenever they call you out on your bullshit. And I make these videos to let people be aware of what you are doing. And let's not forget the fact that people are also making videos and call-out posts about you. Because guess what? You fucking deserve it. It's a shame you try to silence us just so that you can't accept the truth that you're an idiotic, brain-dead, hypocritical, lying dumbass.
This is why I will not support Genji and his fucking shit.
That's okay. You lost my support a long time ago.
Nor will I support Werthrope and his games, even though you should never pay for a demo of a 3-year-old game.
Bro, it's just for $1. I already became a Patreon for Werthrope just to show him support and to give his game a try, despite the fact that I don't have a VR headset. But still, you're literally complaining about people buying a demo of a game that only costs a small amount of money for people to play. It's just sad, really.
This is the next level of the Yandere-chan dev.
Yandere-chan dev? Sorry, never heard of them. And that's the end of his video. Honestly, I had a good laugh when I first watched this video, because it's funny how he keeps coming up with bold claims and false accusations, only to make himself sound more like a complete douchebag online.
Ha! Stinking! Ah!
But that doesn't mean that this is the end of this video. No, this is just the beginning. I still have more things to bring up, but first, I would like to inform that he made a new video about me as of November 15th. He doesn't say anything though, but instead showed screenshots of the things that me, along with a few others, sent to or said about him, which proves my point. Way to go, Dionn. You've shown that you're a bigger shithead than the last time. What are the odds? And I just love how you spelled cancel incorrectly. Seriously, someone give this man a dictionary. And just look at these tags. So, you're an anti-Black Lives Matter supporter, and that Black lives don't always matter? Does this mean that you're part of the Blue Lives Matter or All Lives Matter movements? Wow, it's amazing how you stoop this low. I seriously hope that you don't have any friends who are black when they see this. You absolute chode. Anyways, let's go back a bit, shall we? Remember when I made another video about him back in April, about how he still has a hate boner for me, and also wants me dead by getting the COVID-19 virus? Not only that, but this man can't even stop bringing me up for a single minute. It's like no matter what I do, he always has something negative to say, even though it's nothing about him. After I posted a video, he made a tweet saying that I should be arrested for quote-unquote violating his copyright. I know, it sounds stupid. No one can be arrested for that, so I don't know what you're talking about. You're really uneducated, you know that. After reporting his tweets about me, on April 22nd, he got his Twitter account restricted. However, the suspension only lasted for 12 hours. At the time I posted a 1-hour video of a clip from Regular Show where Muscleman shows off his glutes to the ladies. Here's what happened. He tweeted to YouTube saying that I was streaming and illegally uploading full episodes of the cartoon on my channel, and that my video should be removed.
Shut the fuck up. You're a fucking cunt.
Bitch doesn't even have a brain. From your logic, looping a small segment of a clip from a show for an hour means that I uploaded episodes illegally without getting it removed by Cartoon Network? It's no wonder you fail at reading. Next thing you'll say is that I should be taken off of YouTube for quote-unquote illegally recording a concert performance. Now, let's talk about the unnecessary tags that he makes when he uploads a video on YouTube. Look, we get it. You hate me. But making these unnecessary tags that are against me in your videos, music related or not, is just really immature, and it needs to stop. How old are you again? Because you have the mentality of a 6-year-old. I bet you'd go on a hissy fit when someone does the same thing to you. Juvenile. Now we skip forward to June. Remember all of the protests going on after the passing of George Floyd, when he was pinned down and couldn't breathe due to the police officer having his knee on his neck? Well, on Twitter, I had the opportunity to make a tweet and edit my name, only to put in hashtag BLM. Nothing bad about that, but then this happened.
Black Lives Matter.
So if a black guy on Twitter lies out his own ass, then I can validate this by screenshooting Ginger, making him a compulsive liar. I swear black people like him deserve the dead throne.
You're racist.
So you're saying that a black guy like me deserves death row? It's no wonder you're a racist fucker. It doesn't matter what race I am, I still have every right to call you out on your intoxicated mess. Also, guess what? He found me on Facebook too! How? Well, I'll tell you how it went. So, a day before the tweets, I was just playing Kingdom Hearts on my PS4. Then, my mom showed me the comments Dionn made about me to several of my family members, and oh boy, it wasn't a pretty sight. Not to mention that he was replying to the comments that were made years ago. I won't show you all of them, but for the sake of my family and friends, I am leaving their names and images censored. Here are the comments he made on my selfie that I took moments before graduating from high school in 2017. Here's another one he made on a selfie I took when I was on my way to Disney World back in 2016, still a senior in high school. And one more example is a selfie I took when I was on my way to prom. Let me say this in 5 words to you, Dionn.
Mind your damn motherfucking business, bitch! Little stupid bitch!
You think it's okay for you to go on someone's Facebook account and comment on a bunch of old posts for a person's family members and falsely accuse them for shit they didn't do? They don't even know who you are to begin with, nor do they know what you're talking about. You're such a fucking stalker! Stop sticking your nose into people's business and quit trying to get other people involved with the drama. They're not having it. You know the old saying, snitches get stitches. Mind your damn business, runt. And it doesn't make things better since he posted my picture on his Facebook page and gave out my personal info. I was able to comment on his post, but then his only comeback was calling me a troll and telling me to get a life. Oh yeah, real mature. Speaking of doxing, I also found out that he leaked someone else's personal info. And to add insult to injury, they're a minor. Doxing is one thing, but leaking personal information of a minor is where I cross the line. You need to be put behind bars, since you think it's okay to dox anyone online, you sad excuse of a human being. Even his oldest sibling knows about this as well. Besides, you did file false copyright strikes in his videos when he called you out for stealing a model on DeviantArt. I'll leave links down below in the description. Anyways, because of what he did, I had to private my YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Furaffinity accounts because he's going way too far and wouldn't leave me alone. And since he likes to repeat the same mistakes on FA, he made more posts that were about me before I reported him, which led him getting his account suspended for a week. He was just asking for it. Another dumb tweet he made was when I made a tweet about winning no coins after doing a survey on this puzzle app called Logic Pick. By Jove, you are really empty-headed. Does it look like I worked on this game? No. So I don't see why you had to call me out for scamming others without any signs of proof. He also made a video about me back in June, but since he likes to invade people's privacies, I had filed a privacy complaint. However, I will show you a few segments of his video where he lies through his teeth as usual.
He will even go out of his way to false copyright claim products he legally doesn't even own. He will run to Twitter and cry pointing his finger and never acknowledge this. When he and some of his followers run to Twitter, YouTube and message them lies. YouTube for some unknowing reason doesn't ask for evidence, nor do they ask for any proof. He uses my race as a reason to bash me on Twitter. I could bring up how he's black and is 27, but I never brought race as a topic till now.
Have you ever heard his recordings? Oh god, his samples are god awful. Yet if you compare my 3D models compared to his, and mind you, he went to college and I didn't.
But you could seriously think my models look more like a sub-college student's models. While Ging's model looks like some kind of grade preschooler first attempt at 3D modeling. Okay, this kinda dragged on, but you get the point of how racist, homophobic, and horrid the user is.
Yeah, his editing is really poor. I don't understand the point of having Lino in the video with your motion tracking if you're not going to move her out of the way to show the things in the video. Seriously, the text is right behind her and I can barely see the rest of the words. What are you using, Windows Movie Maker? You can't even afford a better editing software like Adobe Premiere. And since when did I ever make any racist comments towards you? Never have I ever said I didn't like you just because you're white, yet you made a racist tweet about me? you're still a hypocrite. And it's funny how you say that I'm homophobic without showing evidence. You never cease to amaze me on how much of a nuisance you really are. Also, my recording samples are awful? Well, unlike you, I know how to make a decent voice bank with better quality. Just listen to your samples of Xanon and explain to me how in the hoopla are they passable. I have a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 USB audio interface, 2nd gen, and a Chaotica eyeball. You, however, only have a USB microphone for the Wii when you play Rock Band. Couldn't even afford to buy yourself a better mic for recording voice banks, can you? Either buy one from Best Buy, Amazon, Samash, or sit your ass down. I also mentioned that he posted the same shit on SoundCloud, and harassing people on the platform is still against his terms of service, so I already reported it. Now let's move on to good old DeviantArt. He falsely reported several of my deviations for no good reason. Most of them aren't even labeled as mature, so why even do this if you have nothing better to do? Plus, these were very old at the time. And when he still had his artinkers account, I found out that he was suspended. All was well until this happened. A friend of mine on Discord messaged me showing the stuff I said. However, the thing is, it wasn't me. Yes, unfortunately, Dionn getting suspended from DA wasn't good enough, so he thought it was a brilliant idea to create an account just to impersonate me. And it doesn't make things any better since he also uploaded pictures of me from Facebook. I forgot to mention that he did the same thing on Twitter. I had reported his tweets, yet Twitter's staff didn't do anything about it. What are they even doing at this point? It doesn't make things better that he was pretending to be me and act like I support making money off people's property through adware, which I never do. And he's only doing this until I remove the videos about him, make an apology post, and turn myself in. Not only did he do this out of malice, but this almost counts as blackmail. So I was mad, and then I had to confront the sicko through notes. Then he responded by saying this.
Gonna have to report you, troll.
Good luck trying.
Oh, let's see, shall we? Your YouTube should be gone within a week. Ain't karma a bitch? What goes around comes around. Or did you forget your own words? Maybe you should take your own advice.
He's so dumb that he's talking like as if he's some sort of cartoon villain. What a loon. Anyways, I reported his account along with his other account for suspension evasion. And speaking of YouTube, do you think you're fucking clever? Getting away scot-free by falsely copy striking an Utah video I made and you didn't? You already abused the copyright system before, but you should definitely be banned for doing things like this. I already filed a counter notification and thankfully YouTube restored it. I know you're just asking to be banned. Now, moving on to July. So I tried this 3D modeling program called Gizmo. I had only posted a few whips until the special Snowflake decided to ramble about me again.
Why don't you just fuck off?
Okay, so this quote-unquote critique is simply just him being a bitch by nitpicking and accusing me of stealing.
Boy, if you don't...
Is it really that hard for you to understand that I made this model 100% from scratch? And yet you decide to point out the quote-unquote flaws of my render. Mind you, this is a whip, a work in progress. Yet you say that I put no effort into this, and that I stole parts from a model of Kaito, without being specific on which Kaito model I stole from, taking assets from PDX with no attestation, and I stole abs from a model of Big Al made by Pikadude, which is also false. Tell me, Dionn, how the hell can you steal a set of abs? All it takes is simple extruding. I doubt you know the basics of making 3D models, no matter what you use, whether it's Meta Sequoia, Blender, Gizmo, Maya, Wings 3D, etc. I don't see anything wrong with the lighting or the textures. I literally used a flat color, so your argument means absolutely jack shit to me. And the nose was made from scratch while I was modeling the head. The other color is literally supposed to be a thick line like you see on every anime character's noses. What's the point in making that submission if all you're going to do is point out stupid little things that don't make sense and call me out for stealing? Either you can't tell the difference between a model edit and a model created from scratch, or you're just fucking brain dead as usual. Yet you have the gall to say that my modeling is that of a preschooler, while yours is superior. Stop acting like you're better than everyone, because you're not. You're nothing but a show-off with his head far up his ass that it reaches up to his urethra. Now then, shall I analyze your bust of Xanon that you made in Sculptress? Okay, first things first, that looks horrifying. It looks somewhat decent, but why are his eyes so bloodshot? It looks like they're going through the back of his head. Also, your model has way too many polygons. How many are there? 1 million? You should have reduced the polygons when you were making this in Sculptress. Otherwise, MMD would either crash or lag and have your computer overheat. And one more thing is a frame limit. 14 frames per second? That is extremely slow for a model. The results in MMD speaks for themselves. MMD can only run up to 1,151,548 polygons, so if you try to add one more model, it will most likely crash. Also, if you're going to criticize people based on their work, do it properly next time, and think twice before you accuse people. You're probably just jealous that you don't have the talent of being decent in doing anything. Then August rolls around and what happens next? This tweet.
Can people stop blaming Donald Trump for the C virus and stop acting like he can find a cure? He's not a scientist, and he can't stop people from spreading the virus of random parties people do. So get some common sense, but a certain guy should defiantly get it.
I already know why. He's black and black people are most likely to get the COVID-19 virus. Get the fuck out of here, you stupid racist mortal prick.
You know, even if you still want me dead, you still are a piece of work. And it's no surprise that you're a Trump supporter. You get less intelligent as time goes by, I tell ya. But we don't have time for politics. Anyways, moving on. September comes, nothing special happened. He only complained about me for a few days, and that's about it. October, well, we all know what happened for those who are watching during the whole fiasco with Dionn porting Wertho's model to MMD without his permission, and making illegal profits of it. Same old dumbass Dionn. Everyone on Twitter and those in the furry fandom were calling him out for his actions. It was a beaut. However, you'd think he'd learned his lesson from this, but apparently not. But there's one thing that really got under my skin. It's the fact that he was giving out the keys to Booth VR to the public and giving out the models on Mediafire, making Werthrop upset.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You just love to piss people off, don't ya? I know you just had to go your way and fuck everything up all the time, only to make yourself look like a complete jackass than the last time. You're so insensitive that you make people's lives a living hell and act like you're in the right. That's what it's all about, isn't it? You, sir, clearly have lost your fucking mind. It's no wonder you never got a real job. It's no wonder you never went to college. It's no wonder you have the IQ of -1 trillion, which defies your indefinite unintelligence. Your brain is that of a pea. You can't even think at all. The doctors need to give you a brain transplant pronto. And maybe one day, when you actually attend college, you should get a bachelor's degree on the art of dumbassery and bullshit down at the University of Who Gives a Fuck. You'll love it! But not only that, you will get a lot of straight A's for acting like a complete sociopath and telling lies. Would you like that? I know you would. Idiot! This is why people hate you even more. You're nothing but a troublemaker who's asking for a bucket load of ass whoopings from everyone. And don't even think about trying to defend yourself because you're not winning. Nobody trusts you if you keep making poor decisions and messing up things for everyone else. You should have listened to Wertho from the very beginning. Now, November is when Dionn gets unsuspended from Fur Affinity one last time. Only to cause more trouble again. This man never learns his lessons at all. He made a journal falsely accusing Werthrop and his followers for doxing his Gmail without any actual proof. That was mistake number 1. Mistake number 2 is posting the submission that was about you calling me both and wardrobe out on your bullshit. You just love to take advantage on everything, don't you? After that, I reported his post, which led to him getting his account banned for good. But wait! It's not over yet! Just moments before he got banned, he created a new account. And he also created another submission, this time on a journal I made back in June, saying that I needed to take a break, and this smartass says I need to be banned. You're not doing anyone any favors if all you're going to do is cause more trouble online for no good reason, because not only were you ban evading, but you're doing this out of sheer resentment. You had one last chance not to screw anything up while you were unsuspended, and yet you blew it. Congratulations, Dionn. Because of this, I reported him again, which led his alternate account getting banned. All's well that ends well. Let's just hope he never comes back on FA or DA ever again. So, it's now December and...
Are you fucking kidding me?
You really have nothing better to do with your life, do you? Just play the damn video.
Wait a minute. These weren't made by you. You fucktard. Stop taking credit for Japanese users' work. Redeeming the models don't mean you can sell them. Just stop your two-faced lying. You're not good at 3D modeling.
Fuck you too, bitch!
Just stop. Before you look like a fool. Which you're already doing. Bastard, that was not.
Is he for real? Where do I even begin with this? First off, what was even the point of making this video? If you're going to expose me, learn to do some proper research and not bring up something that isn't important. Otherwise, the video's completely pointless. Second, are you seriously calling me out for this? Are you calling me out on the fact that I recolored the default model of Kaito and gave him glasses so that he represents my character? Can you be this idiotic? I recolored Kaito green and did everything else so that I renamed him Jinji back in 2012. That was literally 8 years ago! And you're bringing this up, why? Nobody cares about the past at all, so why bother bringing it up? Mind you, I was only about 14 to 15 at the time. I was still new to using MMD, and I had no experience in making models from scratch. I didn't know anything about 3D modeling either. And now you're still canceling me over the fact that I edited models that were created by Animasa?
You're a fucking idiot.
You're even more pathetic than last time. Do I need to remind you that everyone else who uses MMD also edits and recolor models as well? It's not just Animasa's models only. There's LAT, Kyo, YM, YYB, and mostly popular, Tita. Fucking Tita! You even make model edits as well, but you decide to call me out for doing the same thing? You're still a hypocrite, you know that? Just take a look at this from the MMD wiki. Is there anything I did that was wrong? No. Animasa's Kaito model isn't supposed to be used for commercial use, but that doesn't mean that I made money off of it when I first gave him out for download years ago. Stop trying to call me out for stupid stuff like this. Also, for the prints, I don't even know what I was doing at the time, nor did I know how selling stuff works. Why even bring that up? And take a look at these tags in the description. So now you're accusing me of being a pedo? What in the actual fuck is your fucking problem? How can I be one if I never engaged in anything explicit with minors? Calling people a pedophile is a very serious allegation, and if you don't have proof to admit that I'm actually one, then fuck right off. Let me guess. I'm a pedo because I drew an anthropomorphic bull with the Pikachu back in 2012, right? What if I were to say that he's a bodyguard, and you would still call me one for that? I was literally a teenager. But that doesn't mean that teens can't commit acts of pedophilia. There are people who are like that, but I'm not one of them. Especially if it was a drawing I made in fucking 2012!
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And again with the Black Lives Matter stuff? How did I even ruin it when you made a tag saying that black lives don't always matter in one of your other videos? Shut your racist ass up! and stop bringing up stuff that aren't important to the topic. It doesn't matter if I'm black, I still have every right to call you out, no matter what race you are. It doesn't end here, because the next day after he posted a video, he then filed 5 copyright violations on my images on DA, and get this, none of them were about him. They were just images and screenshots that I posted about MMD stuff when I was still in middle school. Here is one of the messages I received from DA's staff team. And here is the image that was in question. This was a render I made in MMD back in 2013, and 3 out of the 4 models were edited by me. It wasn't only Animasa, but also Nukde's edit of Kaito. The one on the left was from someone who I was friends with when I was in the 8th grade. However, Dionn thinks he's so fucking smart that he can get away with filing false copyright claims on my images on DeviantArt. He did the same thing on YouTube since last year, and I almost lost my account, all because this moron can't take any criticism and silences those who calls him out, which is why he has a vendetta over them. You are still committing heinous acts of copy fraud. Keep this up, and there is no doubt that you will get a lawsuit from me or any of us. We can and we will take you to court for this, for what you did was perjury. No one's going to defend you when they realize how much of a scumbag you really are. You did this to yourself, which is why you should have gotten yourself sued. There is one more thing that I found out about Dionn. About a week ago, I found out that he got himself in hot water. What did he do? He told someone to use a password cracker so they can use the file instead of solving the password themselves. Now, some of you may be wondering, what's so bad about using a program that cracks passwords from archived files? Well, technically, there's nothing wrong with that. Unless you're encouraging someone to use it in the Utao community. So there's a person that goes by the name Lior. Sorry if I said that name wrong. They're a small Utao user. One day, someone asked them that they need help with solving the password for an Utao, and what does Dionn do? He encouraged the person to use a password cracker in public. So now that they realize that these exist, they then took the USC down because of what he said. But then, Dionn decides to blame them for putting the password in their files. He even called them out on Twitter too. Nice going, asshole. You've managed to ruin everything for everyone yet again. This is why we can't have nice things. And now you're saying that it's their fault for putting passwords in zip or RAR files? Big talk coming from the guy who still ports Vocaloids to Utao. If that's the case, maybe we should make our voice banks and USTs private and give them to people who we can fully trust, except for pieces of shit like you. People like you are the reason why you give the vocal synth communities a bad name. Since you now tell those who use Utao to crack passwords on files they're having trouble solving, then there is no use for us distributing anything anymore. We put passwords on things for a reason, but since you're the kind of individual who considers hacking stuff, no one wants to be around you anymore. No one wants to give out their stuff to the public either. No thanks to idiots like you. In fact, I think that you should be blacklisted. You can't even follow simple rules, and you still make unauthorized voice banks of Vocaloids, just like you did with Miriam last year. Everyone knows who you are and what you did. Why do you still act like a complete dunce? You should have listened to us, but no! You only make things harder for yourself every time. No one is safe anymore thanks to you. Are you proud of your actions? This is why you're infamous everywhere online. You deserve a huge middle finger right in front of your face. You even deserve something far worse than lumps of coal. If Krampus Day was an all December long thing, you would be punished severely for your actions, which is why you're most likely on Santa's naughty list. So, in conclusion, Dionn is still a grown man who can't even think straight. He's nothing but a man-child who can't take criticism from everyone whenever they expose him for his actions, whether it's lying, doxing, stealing from people, making illegal profits, or porting Vocaloids to Utao. Dionn, you need to face the music and take the fucking L. You're nothing but a piece of shit. Literally nobody likes you for who you are. You're already a bad influence in every community that you're in, so what makes you think you're special? All you ever do is cause trouble and that's it. You repeat the same mistakes over and over again, but you never learn from them. And not only that, but you have such a massive ego, and you try to act like you're better than me, but you really aren't. You're not good at animating, editing, creating an utao, and your singing is just god-awful.
But I can't help falling in love with you.
If I were your music teacher, I'd give you an F. Because you really are tone deaf when it comes to music. And this grudge of yours needs to go. I don't care how much you hate me or how much you're obsessed with me, you are still pathetic in every way. Trying to shut me down ever since I called you out? Not happening. And let's not forget the fact that you keep spamming tweets to YouTube that you want me banned so badly. And for crying out loud, just shut the fuck up! You can't ban people over criticism. Just accept it and stop crying over spilled milk, you big baby. I don't think you should be on YouTube anymore if all you're going to do is complain all the time. Especially for a 27-year-old man. And that's just sad. It's sad that you have nothing better to do with your life. When was the last time you looked at yourself in the mirror? Because you aren't looking so well. And you need to stop with these false copyright strikes. You're not getting away with things like this anymore. Same thing goes for doxing. Because if you try to dox anyone again, somebody is going to call the cops and you're going to get your ass arrested. And may I remind you that people also have your personal information on kiwi farms too? What do you have to say about that? You made an account last year and tried to call me out there, but that didn't go as planned. You had this coming. For real, it's people like you that deserves to be deplatformed, since all you do is commit crimes and illegal activities. If we got you banned from DeviantArt and Furfinity, then we can do the same damn thing on Twitter and YouTube. And if you don't move on with your life right now, or by the time you turn 30, then my god, you really need some help. Nobody can hold a grudge against someone for that long. So, Dionn, here are my final words from me to you. Go fuck yourself. You don't deserve a second chance from anyone. I honestly hope that you get all of your internet privileges removed so that I don't have to deal with your bullshit ever again. And next time, mind your fucking business and stop trying to get people's family members involved. You wouldn't like that if we did the same thing to your family members now, would you? Of course not. And if I did die, no one is going to be happy except for you. You ungrateful, pretentious prick. Fuck you, Dionn. You can go to hell for all I care. I never want to deal with pieces of shit like you or anyone like you ever again. Take your clown certificate, go back to the cancel culture where you belong, and never bother us ever again. Bye, Felicia. Well, this is it. This marks the end of the Dionn Runk series. I am not going to make any more videos about him because I feel it's getting tedious, as I'm like the only one who makes videos about him. I want everyone else who encountered this guy call him out as well, because it's already clear that he deserves this backlash. Let everyone else be aware of how shitty he really is. And please make sure you share this with their friends along with the playlist I will show at the end of the video. I'm going to go ahead and move on now. And if he tries to do something stupid again, then I'm going to deal with things quietly. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and this is Gingy signing out. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. See you later.